Hi, I'm Lisa. Just wanted to do a 20, maybe 25-minute practice, just a short, gentle one. You don't need any props, but if you do happen to have a cushion and a blanket, they will come in handy. But if you don't have them, no big deal, you can still do the practice. So just take a comfortable seat to start. You can sit cross-legged, you can kneel, whatever feels better is fine. You can have your eyes closed or your gaze soft. Rest your hands in your lap, or maybe they rest on your knees. We're just going to start with a few deep breaths. If you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, great. If not, whatever way is easiest is fine. In your own time, empty out completely. So completely exhale. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And sigh it out. We'll do two more like that. Deep breath in through your nose. And sigh it out. Last one, deep breath in through the nose. And let it go. Let your breath return to its natural flow. And just bring your awareness to it. If you can breathe in and out through your nose, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Just bringing your awareness to your breath. Not trying to change anything, not trying to fix anything. If your breath feels shallow or deep, or if it feels choppy or steady, whatever way it is perfectly fine. Just let it be as it is. We're just noticing. Noticing the sensation of the inhale, the sensation of the flow of air going into your nostrils. Let your mind follow your breath in through the nose and down to your lungs. Notice the feeling of your lungs expanding. Notice the feeling of your exhale. Sensation on your top lip as the air leaves your body. We'll continuously bring the awareness back to your breath throughout our short practice today. Excuse me. How you're breathing is way more important than what any pose looks like. In all of my classes, everything is optional. You know your body, you know how you're feeling today. You know what you feel like doing. So I'll give you cues to come in and out of poses safely. But at any time, you can come out of a pose yourself. It's your practice. You always have the option to come back down to your mat, lie on your side, lay on your back, on your tummy, whatever feels good. And you can join back in then when you want to. So rather than worrying about what pose you're in, what it looks like, just try and bring your awareness continuously back to your breath. Noticing the sensations, noticing how it feels to breathe. And right now, while you keep your awareness on your breath, can you also notice your body? Notice the parts of your body that rest on the mat. Notice the weight of your sit bones. And see if you can sink a little bit further. Let yourself be fully supported by whatever you're sat on, be it cushion, floor. Just give your full weight to the floor. Doing a bit of a scan of your body. Notice any areas that feel a bit tender, maybe a bit tight, maybe don't feel great and need some extra care today. Maybe everything feels amazing. And taking that awareness into your shoulders. Begin to lift your shoulders up towards your ears. We're just going to make some nice, slow, big circles. So rotating your shoulders up, back and down. Just going a few times one direction. And then changing direction. So shoulder blades squeeze together. Come up towards your ears and then forward and down. A few times that way. And finish off with whatever way feels nice. For me anyway, there's always one direction that feels way nicer than the other. So finish off whatever way you like best. Let your shoulders relax down. Awareness back to your breath. Notice your inhale, notice your exhale. Gently bring your chin down towards your chest. Doesn't have to touch. We're not trying to force anything. Just chin towards your chest. And nice and slow, bring it back up, parallel to the floor. Again, gently bringing chin down towards your chest. And then nice and slow, head comes up, chin parallel to the floor. One more time, gently bringing your chin down towards your chest. And this time, taking your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Take a couple of breaths here, see how this feels. Notice the sensations in your neck, maybe into your shoulder, maybe even down your arm. Option to stay here, or if this feels really good, you have the option to take your left hand just a little bit away from your body. Any tingling, any uncomfortable sensation in your hand, bring your arm back in. Take a couple of breaths here. If your arm is out to the side, bring it back in, and then gently bring your chin back down towards your chest. And we're going to go to the other side. So nice and slow, bringing your left ear towards your left shoulder. Again, take a couple of breaths before you move any further. See how it feels. See if your body wants to move. It might be quite happy here. If you feel like you want to, you can bring your right arm just out to the side, a little bit away from your body. If your arm is out to the side, gently bring it back in. And nice and slow, bringing your chin back down towards your chest. On your next inhale, slowly bringing your head back up. Might feel good to rotate your shoulders again here. Just make a couple of circles. If you've got a lot of sensation going on in your neck, your head might want to move a certain way. Let your body do what it wants. Give it what it's craving. Move your head whatever way you need to. And then in your own time, come back to center. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. Notice your inhale. Notice the sensations of your exhale. Bring your awareness to your jaw. Might feel good to let your jaw drop open a little bit, maybe move it side to side, separate your back teeth. Just releasing any tension that you might not even know is there. And bringing your awareness to your forehead, into that space in between your eyebrows. It might feel good to lift your eyebrows, raise them up and down a few times. Just letting your facial muscles know that it's okay to relax. You don't need to concentrate. We're just trying to breathe. Imagine you can relax your whole head, your whole scalp. Bringing your awareness to the room that you're in. You can still keep your eyes closed or your gaze soft, but maybe notice the temperature. If you've got any skin exposed, you might notice the temperature on your arms or on your feet. You might notice the sounds, if there are any. You might label sounds as distracting or annoying, but they serve a purpose. They bring us into what's happening in the present moment. So even though they might be irritating, use them as something to draw you back into what's happening right now. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. Just noticing if there's any change from when you first came to your mat today. Maybe your inhale and exhale is steadier. Maybe it's not. Whatever way it is perfectly fine. We're just noticing if there's any difference. And if there's not, that's okay. We're not trying to achieve anything. There's no goal. We're just breathing. Let yourself take one more deep inhale in if you can. And gently sigh it out. In your own time, you can open your eyes. Come off your prop if you're sat on one. Put it to one side and then just make your way onto your mat towards the top of it. So bringing your toes in line with the top edge of your mat. Knees and feet about hip distance apart, knees bent. One hand on each knee. Inhale, sit tall. Draw the crown of your head towards the ceiling. As you exhale, we're going to begin to round the spine. Push back into straight arms. Draw your chin towards your chest. Going to move nice and slow to start. Inhaling, elbows bend, chest comes up. Depending how your neck feels, you might want to look up. As you exhale, spine rounds, straight arms, chin towards your chest. Again, not forcing anything, just towards your chest. As you inhale, arms bend, chest comes up, head looks up. As you exhale, spine rounds, straight arms, chin towards your chest. Inhale, arms bend, chest comes up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Head might come up if your neck feels okay. As you exhale, round your spine, straight arms, chin towards your chest. Inhale, arms bend, chest comes up, head comes up. Exhaling, spine rounds, straight arms, chin towards your chest. Really separate your shoulder blades. Feel the space between them. As you inhale, arms bend, chest comes up, head comes up. As you exhale, round your spine, straight arms, chin towards your chest. We're going to hold it there this time. Contract your abdominal muscles. Take your hands off your knees, so palms either side of your legs, palms facing each other. And nice and slow, going to begin to lower back down to the mat. You may need to bring your elbows out behind you, give yourself some support. Let your shoulders come down, head comes down very last. Going to keep your knees bent, feet flat to the floor. Take your arms out wide, palms down. So you're in a T shape. Press into the soles of your feet and shift your hips over to the right side of your mat. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. As you inhale, bring your knees into your chest. As you exhale, bring your knees and your feet down towards the floor on your left. Knees might not come all the way down. That's okay. Feet can rest down. If you need some extra weight on your top thigh, use your left hand. And if your neck feels okay and you want to bring your neck into the twist, turn your head towards your right arm, turn your palm up, relax your fingers. Take a few deep breaths here. Now check in with your right shoulder. You want to make sure that shoulder is not floating up off the floor. You want to have your shoulder down on the floor as best you can. If it's floating up off the floor, you have a couple of options. You can either move your knees and your feet down away from your body a little bit. So you're lessening the twist. That should bring your shoulder down onto the floor. If it doesn't, or if it doesn't feel good, another option is to bring your knees towards the ceiling. That will be easier and better though if you have a cushion or something to prop under your legs, so you don't have to hold your knees up, but it is another option if you have some props. Any pain or pinching in your right shoulder, bring your arm down closer to your body. Also, if this pose is feeling really good, option to bring your knees closer to your armpit. And also you can bring your arm higher than shoulder height. If you try it and it doesn't feel good, just come back to where you were. I'm going to be here for about 3 more deep breaths. If your head is turned, gently bring it back to center. Bring both arms out wide again, palms down. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. On your next inhale, bring your knees into your chest. As you exhale, bring your feet down to the floor. Press into the soles of your feet, shift your hips back to center. Bring both knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a big hug. Might feel good to rock side to side. Just feeling into any sensation, any tension in the spine. Gently bring your feet back down to the floor. Arms out wide again, palms down. We're going to go to the other side. We'll go step by step again. Press into the soles of your feet. Shift your hips over to the left side of your mat. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. As you inhale, bring both knees in towards your chest. As you exhale, bring your knees and your feet down towards the floor on your right. Again, knees might not touch. That's okay. If you want some extra weight on your top thigh, use your right hand. And if you'd like to bring your neck into the twist, turn your head towards your left arm. Turn your palm up and relax your fingers. Take a couple of breaths here. See how this feels. Notice your left shoulder. If it's up in the air, again, move your knees and your feet just down slightly away from your body. So you're lessening the twist. That should bring your shoulder down to the ground. This twist is feeling really good for you today. Option to bring your knees closer to your armpit. Another option, bringing your arm higher than shoulder height. For any pain or pinching, bring it down closer to your body. Let yourself move around. Try something. If it doesn't work, go back to where you were. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Coming back to the sensations of your inhale. Follow your breath down into your body, expanding your lungs. Maybe your belly also expands. With each exhale, sinking into the pose, letting it do its job. Creating healthy flexion in your spine, balancing both hemispheres of your brain. We're going to take about 3 more full cycles of breath here. Both arms out wide again, palms down. If your head is turned, gently bring it back to center. Try your belly button in towards your spine. Inhaling, bring both knees into your chest. As you exhale, feet come down to the floor. Press into your feet, shift your hips back to center. Bring both knees into your chest, this time placing one hand on each knee. Contract your abdominal muscles. Take a big breath into your upper chest. As you exhale, bring your forehead towards your knees. Again, doesn't have to touch, just in that direction. Now we're going to support the head. So interlace your fingers, bring your hands behind the round part of your skull. Tuck your elbows in, tuck your chin in. Keep breathing. It's a great release for your low back, but it asks a lot of your neck and your shoulders. So support your head, let the weight of your head go into your hands. Keep your abdominal muscles contracted. Make sure you're breathing. Follow your inhale, follow your exhale. On your next inhale, option to lift your head a little bit higher. As you exhale, nice and slow. Bringing your back down towards the floor, release your hands back down by your sides. Head comes down, feet come down. We're going to keep the knees bent, feet flat to the floor for the next pose. Bring your arms alongside your body, palms down. Walk your heels in closer to your buttocks. We're going to keep knees and feet about hip distance apart. So just take a glance at your knees. We want them going straight forwards as much as possible. So just keep an eye on your knees, make sure they don't go out to the sides, they don't fall in together. We want to keep everything about hip distance apart. Hands by your sides, palms down. Take a big breath into your low belly. As you exhale, press your low back into the floor. On your next inhale, begin to lift your hips up off the floor. You can go a couple of inches and stop. See how that feels. If it feels good, option to lift a bit higher. Just keep in mind, the higher you go, the more weight you're going to have in your neck and your shoulders. So if it doesn't feel good in your neck and your shoulders, lower back down a little bit. You don't have to go to a major height to get the same benefits from the pose. Do whatever feels good for you at this moment. Make sure you're breathing. Keep your gaze towards the ceiling, just keeping that nice curve and natural curve in the back of your neck. Taking steady inhales and exhales. If you find that you're holding your breath, lower back down a bit. Remember, the breath is more important than the pose. You want the pose to follow your breath. Being able to take full, steady inhales and exhales. is what we want to focus on. Now, if you're high enough, and if you don't have any neck or shoulder issues, you have the option to walk your shoulder blades in towards your spine and interlace your fingers behind your back with your arms straight. Now, if you try it and it doesn't feel good, feels like too much of a strain, just come back to where you were. Remember, you can come out of any pose at any time. It's your practice. Your body is wiser than me, so listen to what your body wants to do rather than what I'm telling you to do. Everything is optional. On your next inhale, wherever you are, option to lift a little bit higher. As you exhale, if your hands are behind your back, take them back out to your sides. And nice and slow, begin to lower back down to the mat. So mid back, then your low back. Buttocks come down last. When you're fully back down on the ground, walk your feet out to the wide edges of your mat. Keep your knees bent. Let your knees rest in together so you don't have to hold them up. Bring your hands to your belly. Just close your eyes if it feels okay and take a few breaths here. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice the energy in your body. How everything's feeling after the first few poses. Walk your feet back in towards each other. You've got a couple of options for coming up. Option one, roll onto one side, press into your top hand, push yourself up. If you're feeling a bit more energetic today. Option two is to bring your knees into your chest and begin to rock and roll back and forth. So you build up enough momentum, swing yourself up. It's more fun, but it's also a bit harder depending on how you're feeling. So do whatever feels good for you. And then make your way to your hands and knees. So wrists stacked under shoulders, knees stacked under hips. You can have your toes tucked or untucked, whatever feels better on your knees, whatever feels better for your balance. If you feel like being on your kneecaps is uncomfortable, you might want to grab a blanket, grab a towel, just some extra cushioning, something to kneel on. I'm not going to be here that long, but if you're on a hard surface, wooden floor or something, kneeling isn't going to feel very good, so make yourself comfortable. If you find this really hard on your wrists, option to come down to your elbows. It's the same pose, it's just going to be a bit smaller, a bit of a smaller movement. You also have the option, fold the edges of your mat back. Give yourself a bit of a cushion for the heel of your hands. There's a few different things you can do if you find it hard on your wrists or your knees. You've got yourself into the position you want to be in. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a breath in neutral spine. As you exhale, begin to tuck your tailbone round your spine, draw your chin towards your chest. Inhaling, untuck your tailbone, chest comes up. If your neck feels okay, you can look up. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone round your spine, chin towards your chest. Push the floor away with your hands. As you inhale, untuck your tailbone, chest comes up, head comes up. Maybe roll your eyes to the ceiling this time. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone round your spine, chin towards your chest. Inhaling, untuck your tailbone, chest comes up, head comes up. Exhaling, tuck your tailbone round your spine, chin towards your chest. As you inhale, untuck your tailbone, chest comes up, head comes up. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone round your spine, chin towards your chest. Inhale back to neutral spine. Untuck your toes if they're not already untucked, so the tops of your feet are flat to the mat. Float your buttocks back to your heels. Let your forehead come down to the mat. Take your elbows out wide. Relax your shoulders. If you've got any congestion, any headache or anything going on in your head, having your head down on the mat like that is not going to feel good. So make fists with your hands. Stack each one fist on top of the other. Rest your forehead on your hands, on your fists. Just raising your head a little bit will help it feel like a nicer pose if you've got any congestion or anything going on. Take a couple of breaths here. If your hands aren't supporting your head, take your arms out in front of you and then just walk your hands and arms off your mat over to the left side of your mat. So your chest will come to rest a little bit on your left thigh and rest your head back down. You might even want to grab hold of your right wrist. Keep your buttocks down towards your heels. Just take a couple of breaths here. Notice the sensations along the side of your body. Gently walk yourself back to center. And we're going to go to the other side. So walking your hands and arms, upper body over towards the right side of your mat. Rest your head down. Maybe take hold of your left wrist. Coming back to your breath. Breathing into the spaces you're creating on the side of your body. Gently come back to center. And then nice and slow, using your hands, begin to push yourself up. We're going to come up really slow, so uncurl your spine. As if you're trying to stack one vertebra on top of the other. Let your upper body be heavy, like a rag doll. Uncurling through your shoulder blades, through your neck. Let your head come up very, very last. Might feel good to roll your shoulders again here. Move your head around if your neck is asking for it. Do whatever your body is wanting to do. And making your way onto your buttocks again. If you have a cushion for this one, it might be helpful. If not, it's totally fine. You can do it just sat on the floor. Just having something to sit on gives you a little bit of height, so it can give you a bit more space, a bit more room, but it's not absolutely necessary. You can still do the pose if you're sat on the floor. Bringing your legs out in front of you, bringing the soles of your feet together, knees bent, so you're making a nice big diamond shape with your legs. Your hands rest on your knees. Take a breath in, drawing the crown of your head towards the ceiling. As you exhale, begin to hinge forward from your hips, keeping that length through your spine, hinging forward. Let your hands slide down towards your feet, then let your spine round and chin come towards your chest. Again, not forcing the chin, just bringing it gently towards your chest, just releasing your neck. Let your head be heavy if you can. Release any grip on your feet. Turn your hands, palms up either side of your feet. Let your elbows have a nice big bend. So it might feel better to have your elbows on the outside of your legs, or for you, it might feel better to have your elbows on the inside. Maybe try both, see which feels better. Let your breath be steady if you can. Taking deep breaths in through your nose. Noticing the sensations. Having your head down like this can cause a lot of sensation in your neck. Neck is not used to releasing the weight of the head. You might feel a bit uncomfortable. Just noticing the sensations. Noticing how they change. As you inhale, sending your breath into the back of your body. Notice the space between your ribs. As you exhale, releasing some more tension from your spine. I'm going to take 3 more full breaths here. Contract your abdominal muscles. On your next inhale, we're going to move really slow. Begin to uncurl your spine. 1 vertebra at a time, as if you're trying to stack one bone on top of the other. Your hands will automatically slide up towards your knees. Your head, your shoulders, everything stays heavy. Moving really slow. Uncurling through your spine. Shoulder blades come up, uncurling through your neck. Head comes up very, very last. When you come up to the top, just take a few breaths, eyes closed or gaze soft. Just noticing the echo of the pose in your body. Notice the sensations, the feeling. You can use your hands to bring your knees back together. Press into your feet, come off your cushion if you're on one. And then make your way down to your mat, down onto your back. You might want to have a blanket or something under your head. Make yourself comfortable. Take your legs out wide, so feet out to almost mat width apart. Let your feet flop out to the sides. If you have a cushion or a bolster or a rolled up towel or blanket or anything, it might feel good to place it under your knees, take some pressure off your low back. If you don't have anything, just take your legs out to the wide edges of your mat. Let your feet flop out to the sides. You can have your hands by your sides, palms up, palms down, or you can have them on your belly, whatever feels better. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. Taking a deep breath in, just like we did at the start. In through your nose if you can. And sigh it out. We'll do 2 more like that. Deep breath in. And let it go. And last one, deep breath in through the nose. And sigh it out. Notice where your heels rest. See if you can let them be heavy. Notice where your tailbone, your buttocks rest on the floor. See if you can let your whole legs just be a bit heavier. Let your belly be soft, no more contracting. Fingers relaxed, elbows heavy. Your shoulders be soft, releasing any tension. Relax your jaw. Take your tongue away from the roof of your mouth if it's there. Let your tongue relax. Back teeth maybe separate. Relaxing your forehead and all of your facial muscles. See if you can let the whole weight of your skull rest into the floor. Let your whole body, from your heels right through to your head, the weight of your whole body be fully supported by the earth below. Your mind starts to wander. Just use it as a reminder to come back to your breath. Bring your awareness back to your breath, back to the sensations. Give your mind something to do. Your own time, bringing some gentle movements back into your fingers and toes. It might feel good to turn your head side to side. You might want to bring your arms up overhead. Your next inhale, taking a big stretch from your fingers right through to your toes. Whenever your exhale comes around, let your hands come back down. Roll onto one side. Bring your knees in towards your chest, head towards your knees. Just curling up in fetal position. Taking a moment here, offer yourself some gratitude. It's not easy to make the space in your home and the time to practice, to give yourself a bit of self-care, to pay your body a bit of attention, and to focus on your breath. There's so many distractions when we're at home. There's no one to hold you accountable. So give yourself some gratitude. It's not an easy thing to do. Be grateful to yourself for making the time and the space. With your eyes closed or your gaze soft, press into your top hand. Gently push yourself up. Coming back up to comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged or kneel, whatever feels better. You can let your hands rest on your lap, or if it resonates with you, you can bring your hands together at heart center and Anjali Mudra, a gesture of gratitude. Bowing your mind to your heart. Thank you for sharing your time and your practice with me today. May our practice awaken our hearts and our minds and be of benefit to all beings. With love and gratitude, Namaste.